I'm gonna take some points. I feel like he just works differently.
That some consider insensitive.
My idea.
Even though he himself was feeling more sensitive by the day. But he tried to muster the old self-confidence for his FaceTime with Herbert Love.
And I just think there'll be a lot of support flowing in this relationship. And your base, you got a point behind all those two deals.
I love him.
Well, I'll get to a piece of the action.
Action Jackson. What do I look like? Carl Weathers to you?
Oh, no.
Not at all. This, of course, is Herbert
I
Love,
want you to say hello to my low-high plan.
a candidate whose campaign slogan was embraced by everyone from the very wealthy
And who doesn't want a high income?
to their bankers and tax attorneys.
It's off to work I go for you. My name is Herbert Love, and I most definitely approve this message. Do I look like someone who eats at CW Swapping? I stand for
Swapping.
getting Barack Hussein, Obama, Wama, comma, mama on a llama out of office.
It's a crazy town name.
Two,
It's a crazy town.
high income earners. That's my little high plan.
I know it.
And three, getting a little something in my slushy bun so that I'm nice and loose and can help make numbers 1 and 2 happen. I don't want to be the one to say it, but I happen to be fond of redheads and greenbacks.
George Sr. had
How
now.
would you like folks?
Get it with me tonight and I'll make your wall thing the third point of my 3-point plan. All I got right now is, you want to reach your hand into my pocket to pay for your birth control? I get to put my hand in your pocket to put it in. But when I unveiled it in Garden Grove, I had to duck a woman's pumping a mini pizza. Psst.
Coming up with money, however, would be difficult for George Sr., who hadn't been acting like his old self. Something his twin brother Oscar had done much more successfully. Earlier that
Going on Buster's map. Oh, God, it was Buster's map.
Buster had indeed made the map as a cartography student because the class where you get to see naked people and draw them was full.
And you lied to me. You told me to grow this property to live on. No, you bought this property to put up a wall.
I told you one lie, but I was going to share the money with you. 2 lies.
And why do I think that you charge more than
$5 for lemonade. 3 small lies. Now, will you do me a favor? Just get in the tent. Joe's getting rid of the bees, and we'll push the matinee till 3. No, I'm sick and tired of being in that hut pretending to be you. Maybe I should go out there and pretend to be you. So goodbye, George. This is the last you'll see of me. Just gonna use the can, please.
George Sr. headed up north to see his wife before his brother
I'm gonna
could.
talk to you.
But he soon found out he was too late by a
I
day.
know what you're coming up to do.
Right. What?
Yesterday, you were amazing.
Georgie, I can't stop thinking about it. You haven't been like that in years.
Oh, right. You mean slow-winded?
I hope you're ready for what's the same today.
George Sr. had a few problems. His brother was sleeping with his wife. The property he was going to sell to the government to build the U.S. wall on was in Mexico. And his sweat lodge colony had just collapsed. So he had to deal with first things first.
If my identical twin brother can get it up, shouldn't I?
Have you had any sexual feeling at all lately?
No.
You know, the Hopi Indians believe that this spot here, when manipulated, can create sexual feeling.
That's my penis.
Well, you don't have to tell me.
You ain't gotta tell me.
No, just a little curiosity as to why you're checking your second hand.
Oh, this isn't my office.
You know, I don't get it. I've been popping the pills, and I need nothing.
Are you under any
This ain't
pressure?
my office.
Nothing out of the ordinary. I mean, there's some violating federal law stuff that would put me in prison for the rest of my life. But I've made love with treason charges over me before. But no, it's something else. It's not just the sex. I feel wrong somehow,
I feel what?
Wow.
and I'm becoming weak.
Sorry, had the old thinking cap on. Let's go to the lists.
And Dr. Norman proceeded to run through a checklist of alternative medicine.
Okay, did you drink some water that might have a homeopathic memory of some molecule?
Do you keep track of the molecules you ingest?
Well, with homeopathy, it's the molecules you don't ingest. But I'm the one who can get hard, so let's focus on you.
I'm the one that can get that's what I'm
Some
saying.
supernatural or high concept premise.
Any earthquakes in a Chinese restaurant while you're trying to prove something to your mother?
Nah,
He wishes you were
Friday.
phrased badly,
Or
while a
Freaky
child
Friday.
was blowing out a candle. come across
Liar,
any
liar.
ancient games, let's say glowing games, either board-based or carnival-based,
Ouija.
that you may have played against the wishes of your best friend. Curses, hexes, spells, shaman, medicine men.
I need that.
Christian magic act. If I were Muslim, would you say Muslim magic act?
No. But it is hard to imagine any Muslim handcuffing himself to a glittery cross and living to tell about it.
Christians aren't so out about it either.
Well,
First of all,
Michael
how
could
you
see
even
that
get
his brother was unhappy, and that his
Obviously,
life
it's-
had not
it's in
worked out
pieces.
the way he had hoped.
things are incredible for me. I'm having an incredible year. I am a movie producer now, producing a movie, so they've got me in this enormous office. I told them I don't want to be driving to Beverly Hills every single day, so they put me in an enormous office just over here. Rental.
My personal life is off the charts. I met someone. Can't really give you any information. Kind of famous.
Good for you. I also met someone, also famous, and can't give you any information.
In fact, Michael didn't even find out who she was until one night earlier.
Oh my God, I'm dating Ron Howard's girlfriend.
Although he did have some of the details wrong.
She's an actress, you know her.
She was Ron's illegitimate daughter, a fact unbeknownst to many.
We kind of like to keep that.
A woman who, like Bryce Dallas and Paige Carlisle, was named after where she was conceived. And she actually had worked for some A-list
I
directors.
mean, Bryce Dallas
She did a
Bryce
terror
Dallas
Yeah.
Are we the same?
She got the lead in a Woody Allen film,
I felt like I was in the Iceman comic, but you know, in my case, you fake.
and was once even directed by her own father.
Next time, don't pocket it. Pay for it. Shoplifting, not cool.
In a public service announcement, which, like all of Ron's work, you know, I think we got it, was inspired by a photograph. Rebel was indeed a rebel, but Michael didn't possess that information.
I can give you some information about your airless officer you're spending most mornings in.
You know what I could go for? Is some guac.
Well, you don't
This
live there
shit just
anymore, Joe.
makes me want guac.
No, I know. I've got these things very, meticulously maintained. There are some vultures. I think they might still smell peat. If it wasn't for the movie thing, I would do it myself. They practically sell themselves. You just gotta bring the people in.
I'm ready to move in today.
No, well, people other than you.
I'm
Bring those
starving.
people in. Starving? No, you're not gonna find anything here. They've been abandoned for...
Mike's Hard Lemonade.
No, this... Maybe Tobias?
It was John Beard.
Joe?
Now the value of these homes is going to go down if we don't sell one today.
Let's see if I can find it.
You got that bottle?
What did you just do?
He tried to cut the top off,
Oh,
but
my
he broke the
God.
camera. Shit.
Michael admitted he had a rival for his
You
girlfriend.
don't have to worry about Ron Howard.
Baby, shit is
It's not a
just...
competition for you.
It's all fake.
It's twisty, right? It's a twisty.
Yeah, it's twisted.
Poke you in the eyes.
No, you're confused. Ron Howard directed Apollo 13. You're thinking of Mo Howard, the angry stooge, been dead for a quarter century.
That's good, because hold on, I'm thinking, like, unless she likes a guy.
To announce that in his speech tonight.
That is great news. Listen, I have to go. I have to see if I can pass this testosterone test.
I do too. Huh?
And listen, not a word
How dare you?
Lucille,
Did you think I wouldn't find out?
I was going to cut you in. I was trying to protect you so they wouldn't link you to it. But it turns out that we can't afford to build it anyway.
Build what?
The wall in Mexico, the high wall. What were you talking about?
I was talking about you giving money to Herbert Love in his campaign against me.
Oh, no. That was to get Love to sell.
This feels right.
On the next Arrested Development, Lindsay surprises Michael after a long absence from his life.
Lindsay.
It's been a long time.
I know.
Oh, it's a little embarrassing.
But I have been meaning to get down there, so let's just...
You're right. I mean, it's not like we're even technically related.
Oh my God.
I would mean to get down
Then
there.
I'll start with a smear.
And George Sr. gets
What'd
more
you say? I'll start with a
comfortable
what?
A smear.
Detective Smee, Orange
Oh,
County
that's
Police. I
fair.
need to speak with you.
Oh,
See what
because
Sarah
she
was
thinks
missing.
it's imaging.
Mm.
Mind if we ask you a few questions?
Oh, I don't know how
Right.
I am in my apartment without my husband present.
What is George doing?
Alright, that was Arrested Development. episode number 6, and that was a Daddy episode, and you know, it was alright. It was alright, the Daddy episode. I mean, I didn't really get none of there other than I'm liking that all of them met up finally, and then we finally caught up to like the beginning of the episode where it seems like that's where we're going with that. I don't know how they're going to wrap this up or what they're trying to do. I get it, the Mexico deal is what we're trying to get to right now, but this episode was just, you know, it was very low on the funny for me, and it was just like going through the motion. So I know that they got a little bit more in there in store, so I'm still waiting for that.
I think my biggest takeaway right now with this season, and I think JoJo, I think you said this probably in one of the comments, was this season was dropped on Netflix, so it was intent, or the thought behind it was that it would be binged, and I can totally see where that would benefit this show, because watching this episode, I was just like, what captivated me the most is trying to identify the callbacks from the earlier episodes, because like this does feel like the episode where it was trying to tie a lot of pieces. I mean, last episode too, we got the callback to Tobias being on the plane with Lindsay. This episode called back all the way to the beginning, I feel like, with the Quattro, whatever, the day before Cinco de Mayo, which was like, I think one of the first episodes of this season with Kristen Wiig, you know, being annoyed looking out the window. So like that was really fun, but I think it would have more of an impact if you watch the episodes back to back to back, because there's less time for things to settle. So those picking up on those earlier callbacks would have been, I think, more, because it's so paced out. It's so like everything's been so separated, and now we're finally bringing it back together. So those were the highlights for me, was like seeing trying to recall. I was like, we saw this again. Remember we saw this. So I think those were the callbacks, or those were the moments that I liked the most about the episode. And like the shift between the two brothers, one going more, you know, more aggressive, one being more soft, and Oscar and George switching roles. I think that's interesting, and it took me a minute to figure out what the fuck was happening. I was like, is he taking extra estrogen? What's going on? But all in all, I thought it was entertaining. I think the rest of I'm anticipating the rest of the season, because it feels like this was like coming all together a little bit, and we still have half a season to get through.
Yeah.
So I'm interested in to see what the pacing is for the rest of the season. It felt like these first 5, this is episode 5 or 6? First 6 episodes felt like a lot of like building to something. So I'm interested to see how the pacing shifts now going into the next episode.
Yeah. Alright, well look, thank you guys again for watching another Real Talk reaction for Arrested Development Season 4 Episode 6. And until next time, people, peace.